I'm sorry. I am so tired of the tens of thousands of just hard fours online being like, I'm voting for her because he's going to strip all of our rights away as a woman. I can't do that as a mom and a da. What rights, babe? What rights? He was already president. And how many rights did you lose? 0. He's trying to protect women's rights. What do you think it is when we have men in women's sports? We have men in our personal spaces. What do you think it is when dangerous men come over the border? That's what protecting women and children is. Oh, he already said he's not going to do a nationwide abortion ban. He's not going to do it. If anything, it's going to be state by state the way it has been. And guess what? If a state, 90% of people in a state want something, I think that state should have it, even if I don't agree with it. If you don't like it, move to another state. It's very simple. Stop with the propaganda. This is why people make fun of women. Use your brain. Use your brain, babe.
It's no secret that Donald Trump, of course, is leading in the polls on all of the main issues of the day, meaning, of course, immigration, inflation, and the economy. But what does the left want to talk about? January 6th and abortion, the only issues they actually have a lead on. But the problem is, no one cares about those. They are not the main voter issues, at least as far as middle America is concerned. But that's not going to stop them from trying to hammer these points home over and over in the hopes that someone will say, oh yeah, January 6th, I don't like that. I'm going to vote against Donald Trump, as opposed to, oh no, I don't have any food on the table and I can't afford to buy a house and someone's murdering me. So what we're going to see today, of course, is Corey Lewandowski bringing Jim Acosta to task for not wanting to cover the main topics that Americans really care about. But before we get to these clips, please like and comment so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
Let's look at the two visions for America.
Will Donald Trump honor the results of the 2024 election? Will he do that?
Jim, did Hillary Clinton honor the results? No. Did Democrats honor the results?
Yes, she did. She called and conceded the election. Corey,
Jim,
I was with
true.
you guys on election night in Manhattan.
She said the election was
2016.
stolen. She said there was Russian interference. Members of this network said that the Steele dossier was true.
She called the then president-elect and conceded the election.
Jim, why are we talking hypotheticals? Why aren't we talking about the policy matters that matter to the American people?
I know, but Corey, it's a simple
that have
question.
poured across this country.
Will the former
Jim, why are we talking about the 13,000 murderers who've been let into this country under the Biden-Harris-Walz administration? Let's talk about things that people care about. Let's talk about the crippling economy. You want to talk about a hypothetical in 5 weeks from now. I'm talking about every single day right now.
Let's talk about immigration. All right, last night, J.D. Vance said immigrants have, quote, destroyed Americans' lives in Springfield. Before having his mic cut. But all of this got started when Trump falsely claimed at last month's debate that Haitian migrants were eating pets. The governor of Ohio, the mayor of Springfield, have both come out and said this is not true. Corey, can you say that Haitian migrants are not eating pets in Springfield? Can you say that?
You know what I can say, Jim? I can say that 13,099 murderers were let into this country, 16,000 rapists, 425,000 people in the last 4 years have been let into this country by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's own Customs and Border Protection that are running
Corey,
around this country, Jim.
The other thing, too, it's Kamala
Harris.
I don't know. Why do you guys say Kamala? That is, it's Kamala Harris.
Jim, we know that they're committing crimes against Americans. Why can't these individuals talk about the individuals who've been killed by illegal immigrants? 13,099 murderers have been let into this country by this administration's own accounting, and you guys don't want to talk about it. To put that in perspective,
Corey, we talk about
viewers,
immigration all the time.
Yeah,
we talk about this all the time.
Jim, admit that 13,099 murders have been let into this country. That's Corey, 4 murderers for every single county in America. You don't think that's a problem?
Border crossings are down and crime is down in this country. But
crime is not down in this country. The FBI
I asked you at the beginning of this interview.
I love the calm demeanor of Jim Acosta. He has to contrast himself with the savage Trump supporter, okay? And he's out there saying, oh, we actually do talk about immigration all the time. Yeah, but do you tell the truth about it? Do you talk about how most of Americans don't agree with the wide open borders? Do you talk about how most Americans actually agree with mass deportation? Do you talk about all of the murderers coming into this country, as Corey Lewandowski points out? No, you don't. You talk about how diversity is our strength, and even people from these third world crap holes who are coming in and eating the cats and dogs are a true benefit to our nation, when as a matter of fact, they're causing huge housing shortages, huge medical costs, and are taking away our tax dollars. That is what's really going on here. And Corey Lewandowski does not give up, right? And of course, Jim Acosta, oh, crime is going down, everything's fine. Yeah, but the FBI doesn't have 1/3 of the total data collected. That's why crime is going down, because magically, when you stop counting crime, it tends to go down. But we can't let the left in on that little secret now, can we?
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? I just asked you whether Haitian migrants are eating dogs and cats in Springfield. You won't admit the truth on either of those questions. I
Jim,
want to ask
will
you about something
that 13,000 murders have come into the country?
13,000 number is
murders.
false, by the way. The 13,000 number is false.
Why is it false, Jim? If the government's own data says that, CBP's own data put this out last week. So why do you say it's false if the government put out? By the way, this is the Biden-Harris administration who put out.
The
so
government
why is
also
it false?
says border crossings are down.
But Jim, you just said that was a false number. How do you get how do you get to that? What data do you have that says Customs and Border Protection is wrong?
Yeah. I also want to ask you about something that
No, but
Trump
Jim, you
said
just said it
at a
was wrong.
That is over several administrations, Corey. That number is over several administrations.
How many?
Corey, well, why don't you tell me, since you seem to have command of that fact?
I have command of what they put out, which is 13,099 murderers have been let into this country. That is a fact.
But the
You said that's
administration
not
has
true.
also said that border crossings are down. Isn't that also true?
Well, Jim, which
Isn't that
facts are
true?
you going to go with? Are you going to go with some of the facts from CBP or all the facts from CBP? Which ones are you going with?
Well, we're going with the facts, Corey. I don't know about you.
So Jim Acosta is going to cherry pick the facts. He's going to ignore the 13,000 murderers and then also say that crossings are down. Now, I'm willing to admit that, yeah, sure, crossings are down compared to the thousands upon thousands that have been coming across every single day. So they drop a little bit. Who cares? We're still up 20 million plus. But also we're talking about crossings at our southern border. Never mind the flights that are still going on into this nation. Never mind our northern border, and never mind the people coming in by ships at all of our ports. None of that, of course, matters to Jim Acosta, right? So cherry pick that data all you want. The American people see exactly what's going on because we have access to the internet, not just CNN, and thank goodness for that. So Kamala Harris has an awful lot to be held accountable for, and the Trump ads that are coming out are truly hilarious, including this latest one, likening Kamala to basically just a TikTok influencer. Check it out.
Like us, China also saw their weakness. So did Putin. Then he invaded Ukraine. Hamas saw Harris' anti-Israel statements and will use it as a green light to keep murdering Israelis. And Iran thinks Harris is so incompetent, new intel shows they're trying to help Harris win the election. America doesn't need another TikTok performer. We need the strength that will protect us.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
So the left can try to hide from the reality, the most important issues of the day, as much as they want, but it's always going to come back around to that because people, of course, are experiencing this in their daily lives and they don't like it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.